Good morning, nation. Good morning, C. Marty Fit.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. It is a Monday of the Memorial Day long weekend. What's going on?
It's been a long weekend. It's been a long weekend.
Oh, do tell, C. Marty
Yeah.
Fit. Do tell.
Yeah, I did some big back activities. I'm just gonna lay it out there. I had some cake, some cookies. I did it all.
I'm glad we're recording this right now, so we have this for posterity, man.
You gotta be honest.
I love the fact that we're not even a minute in, and you're like, it's confessional with C. Marty Fit. First thing in the morning in the lab, he's like, dude, I crushed some cakes.
Yeah, people are recording me and posting videos and hey everyone, I had fun this weekend. Let's just put it out there.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Keith Billis, C. Marty Fit, joining you here on a Monday of the May long weekend. We're going to talk accountability today. It's just the two of us. We're going to check in and chat accountability, chat social media and accountability. And I saw some comments last night on the LinkedIn feed around that. And going to check in on the weekend and talk a little bit about Juniwary coming up this week. Going to launch that later this week. Going to talk about a AI-generated podcast that came to life this weekend. I was talking to my friend Edward Brower this weekend. There's some little bit of technical difficulties this morning with the AI, so I don't think it got pushed out this morning like we would have wanted it to, but that is on the agenda as well.
I gotta talk to Ed.
What's that?
I gotta talk to Ed.
You yes, you do got to talk to Ed, exactly. But before we do that, my friend, I'm going to take my cup of coffee here and sit back and ask you how your weekend was.
Okay.
I know that I know that you did some live shows. I popped in a couple times to see what was going on. You were up and tackling them early yesterday morning, man.
Yeah, I usually do Sunday evenings, but they had stuff to do. Here in America, it's Memorial Day weekends.
Yeah.
You know, people had cookouts and family gatherings. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it early. Let's get it out the way.
There you go.
And then Keith is the first comment.
It's true. Yeah, it's true, man. I was having my coffee yesterday morning and I saw the old notification. That's the good news of what everybody telling everybody to just subscribe to the feed, right? Your notification popped up and it said, hey, C. Marty's streaming right now. So I jumped in and grabbed my coffee and joined your conversation.
I definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. It wasn't too wild yesterday. It was a holiday.
Well, and I figured people aren't too rocking and rolling first thing in the morning, are they?
Yeah, I didn't go too hard yesterday.
No, just a little hard.
Just a little bit.
So you said you had a birthday party. Where was the birthday? Whose birthday was it? Where'd you guys celebrate?
So that was at, what do you call like the golf, like a country club?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had the party there and it was one of my old coaches. He was turning 60.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he just recently got on his fitness journey. He actually goes to my gym and he looks great for his age. I'm super proud of him. But no, it was fun. I got to see like old teammates, parents, people I haven't seen in years. So it was good to catch up. Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. When you say you saw that he looked good for his age, what's he crushing these days?
He's doing mostly weights. He's coming in, he's doing his cardio, but super hard on the weight training. I run into him at the grocery store. He got the clean food in his cart. He got the vegetables, the protein, water. A lot of anybody watching 50, 60, you can change your life if you get on your grind. Let's be honest.
It's true. Yeah.
There's a lot of proof. You can find the results. TikTok, Instagram, Chat GPT. You can figure it out.
Yeah. If anything, Marty, the information is more than readily available. It's actually never been more readily available, has it?
No, it hasn't. It's actually it's crazy. It's like answers to the test. It's cheat code.
Yeah, they're all there.
Yep.
They're actually all there. It's the idea of putting it into place, which is the biggest challenge. I know for everybody, even myself sometimes. Oh, there we go. Yes.
Faraz.
Well, that's it for us. Faraz, you discovered the power of why we live stream, my friend, because when you pop on over to our LinkedIn feed and see, we're going to get C. Marty on this too, but when you pop on over to my profile photo, you quickly recognize Billis's banner right there. what's actually there is Billis and Marty streaming. So
yeah, I need to get that too.
you do, yeah. So you'll add that to, you'll just up top there, you'll just add your restream there. You'll stream right to your LinkedIn profile. So Froz was shaking. I'll get you the raw video today, my friend. I know Froz knocked on my door and he was asking for some content from our conversation. See Marty.
Oh yeah.
We'll get that over to him. But you're right, my friend. That's exactly what I discovered when I started streaming Froz, is that when you stream into LinkedIn, it takes over the cover photo. So if anybody's out there commenting, and I know that sometimes during the show I'm out there just commenting or just offering comments up on the feeds, or if I've commented on somebody's posts before the show and then they pop in while I'm on the show, like, who's this Keith guy? They click and like, oh, there he's talking right now. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm talking right now. So we're shaking for Oz. Hope you're well. But no, see, Marty, we were saying the information's never been more readily available. Yep. It's putting it into place, which is most certainly the most difficult thing for everybody, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's no excuse nowadays. No excuse.
There isn't. No. But it's the human excuse, which is what the challenge is I'm going to offer up, which is we have all the information, we have all the tools. It's putting it into place consistently day after day.
Agreed. And it's the mental too. It's never.
No.
It doesn't matter how much information is out there. If you're mental, if you're not prepared, you're not going to get it done. So
it's this, because you're effectively battling every obstacle throughout the day and throughout the week if you're not prepared. So if you're thinking about, if you're not prepared for what you're going to eat later today at dinner time, when you're hungry and dinner time comes, you're more than likely going to make the wrong choice.
Going to Five Guys.
Yeah, you are. It's true. You absolutely are going to Five Guys.
Yeah, Five Guys, Popeyes.
It's true. Yeah, yeah.
French fries.
All those fries. What I'm curious about, pal. So, if people are questioning their own ability to stay accountable to their choices, how do they reconcile when C. Marty goes crushes some cake over the weekend, or Mr. Bellis here go and crushes a pizza over the weekend? When we basically, I crushed him.
You didn't say that at first.
I just haven't got to it yet. What do we say to folks who we're trying to spew our values, yet we're backing it on our own? I have my own answer. What do you say to folks who are questioning you?
I earned it.
Yeah,
I earned it. A lot of people, they don't. You can't earn the bad meal, the cheat meal every day. You can't earn that every day. And when I finally get the cheat meal, I think we talked about this the other day. It's 10 times better when you're strict, you're following your plan. Your meals might get a little repetitive, but once you get that pizza, it makes it so much better opposed to having it every day. It's not even good every day.
Yeah.
It's still good after you eat it every day. There's no way.
I wonder, Marty, if when we use the words like cheat meal, if we're rewarding a negative. And I wonder if sometimes we need to be changing choices of words where it's maybe not so much cheat. Where is it a reward? Is it a life? What's that?
Refeed meal.
Yeah, exactly. Here's something else I've also learned myself in time is when we focus on days, we don't focus on the true value of time. So my point is that we think that, okay, I did a run today. I feel good about myself. I'm going to go crush a big meal tonight because I'm hungry because I feel like I did a run or something. What I'm trying to say is people go for a run. They do some cardio. They feel all hungry. So they go and crush a bunch of calories.
Yeah.
And then the next day happens. No, look at days in terms of hours. Just because you slept for 4 or 5 hours doesn't mean that you've accomplished anything yet. You really got to stitch together a consecutive amount of time before you can actually put yourself depleted and then go and earn something.
You got to have a streak. And
yeah.
You got to give your body a chance to adapt to not having certain things. So you don't know what your body is capable of looking like. You don't know what type of fat you can shed if you don't give your body a chance to go without sweets, go without pizza, go without fried foods, go without alcohol. Whatever your vice is or whatever your weakness is, you don't know what your body can do without it.
Hey, see, Marty, have you ever, so here's a question for you, pal. Have you ever taken a period of time and done without something? And if it has been, what has it been and how long? So if you said, okay, I'm not going to eat this for a certain period of time, or have you done a challenge like that before?
Yeah, I've done 75 days, 90 days, just no cheat meals, just only clean eating. And I'm happy with the results. So I do that at least once a year. where I just go, I don't have anything.
What do you typically see when you do that?
I'm shredded, super shredded.
Yeah.
Mental clarity, more energy, and you just feel different, man. Mood is different, less irritability. But yeah, pretty much. When they say food affects your mental and it affects your mood, you can't even deny that.
No.
Anybody who's been through it, if you cut things out, you're going to feel the difference. You're going to see the difference. So you
Yes.
can't even deny that. Yep.
Yes. Yes. We got lovely Lauren here popping in. See Marty with a comment. And I agree with Lauren here, which is this is particularly important with parenting, rewarding children with treats.
Yep.
Slippery slope.
Yeah.
We start that young. I know I always joke. We joke, see Marty, when I was 4 months old, mom stuck the old Kit Kat in my mouth.
I got to talk to mom, man.
Yeah, yes, you do. Actually, we should call mom right now and see if she's awake.
Call mom. That's crazy. 4 months. That's crazy.
Well, so, see, Marty, we know why I struggle with this now.
Oh, man.
We know why I struggle with this, because 4 months into my life, I was being introduced to the goodness.
That's not good at all. That's crazy.
So, but that resonates with Lauren's comments about teaching our kids that you earn a treat. And I don't know if that's really the right message, right?
Yeah.
Or if it is, Marty, the message is, hey, I'm giving you a treat, but I'm giving you some fruit.
Yeah, the kids aren't going to see that as a treat. They're not going to. They don't want that. Let's be honest. The kids don't.
Let's just be honest. That's right. The kids are like, unless you're Brooks, my little girl Brooks, man. She's like,
I don't know. I think she's going through a phase. Dude, I don't know how long it's going to last.
I'm telling you, man, you throw her an avocado, you throw her a chocolate bar, she's like, I'll take the avocado. These days, she's like, I want salad for lunch. I want eggs for breakfast, eggs and avocado toast. I'm like, who are you? You're 8. You're not supposed to be wanting these things at 8.
That's so crazy, man.
That's parenting.
I'm going to take some credit for that.
Yeah.
I'll take some credit for that.
Yeah, we're gonna bring her on the show here in the morning here, and we're gonna do Brooks and see Marty in the mornings and talk to her about how her habits are. Yeah, and here's that's it. That's exactly Gladys and my Kit Kat. My mom's in, what's shaking Gladys? It's like, yeah, I was 6 months crushing the old chocolate first thing in the morning.
That's insane, man.
Hey, they didn't know any different back then, man.
Yeah, they didn't know back then. I'll let it slide, but we still got to talk. I still got to talk to mom. That's crazy.
Oh man. All right, we're coming into our 50 minutes after the hour here on the morning show here with Keith and C Marty Fit. I'm going to pivot our conversation over to today's accountability check-in. It's this time in the show where we invite the audience, invite Nation to consider what they're going to be accountable for the day, and maybe some messaging Marty to get their day going. And we were 1 minute and 15 seconds in this morning, and Marty admitted that he crushed some cake and some cookies this weekend. And it took me 8 minutes to admit that I crushed a pizza.
Hey, I love the honesty this week. This is going to be a good week. We don't start the week off like that every week.
This is Juniwary around the corner.
Oh, that's a little motivation, to be honest. You know,
exactly. Yeah,
a little relatable to people.
That's it. We're coming up on June. So today's accountability check-in, Nation. We want to pivot the question to: are you consistent in your values offline and on social media? And because accountability starts with integrity, your own integrity, your own mirror, right? So as you're going through your day today, especially in America, on Memorial Day weekend, I would invite you to take a moment to assess your digital interactions today. Are they a true reflection of who you are? Are you crushing the chocolate bars, the pizza? Are you hiding it? There's a lot of fakeness, man. And I know today's conversation is about social and about accountability and what's fake and what's real. Stay authentic in every post, comment, and share, because that's how you build trust. And I know we repeat that often on this show about building trust, but when you're consistent with your values offline and then you display them online, that's how you're really going to build that trust. Be authentic. Come to the table with a real message. Hang tight on it. Hold on to it. And don't be afraid to stand next to it and have an opinion with it. Here's the thing, Marty. You're allowed to have an opinion, right?
Absolutely.
People are scared of opinions, man.
People are very scared of opinions. And it's funny about opinions. Someone can hear something and completely agree with you, but they're not going to say it. And they're not going to say it. And they're not going to say all right, let me rephrase that. They're not going to say that they agree with you, and they're not going to voice their opinion that isn't on the same path as yours. They're not going to say that out loud. And I understand that some people don't want to be, they don't want to offend family members, they don't want to offend friends. They might upset the job, their employer. So I get it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I've been in conversations with folks who they're thinking something and you're thinking the same thing you're thinking, and you're communicating it, and they're looking at you like, yeah, and you're like, okay, well, say something.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, right. And
I get messages all the time like, yo, I agree with you, but I don't want anyone to see that I liked your post. But I'll just let you know that I agree with you and I like what you do all the time.
That's weak, man.
Super
weak.
Men and women, both. They do it all the time, Keith.
People are scared. People are scared. People are scared to be chastised. People are scared to be held accountable.
You mentioned this yesterday, I think, to me about the cancel culture.
Yeah.
People are scared of it.
Let's talk about it. Let's dig into this. Let me pull up my old sheet here this morning. I said sheet. I didn't say something else.
You drop a cuss word on the show every now and then.
Let me pull this up here this morning, nation. I am looking at, let me see here. So we are going to get into, yeah, I am, why am I a little, here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right here. All right, so I'm going to pose a question for you, Marty.
All right.
So does the anonymous nature of social media promote a lack of personal accountability? We live in a world now where you can get up and listen, not just now, been the last, 10, 15 years. You can wake up now, you can pull up your phone, you can make any comment you want, and you don't have to be held accountable for it. Does the anonymous nature of social media promote a lack of personal accountability?
Absolutely.
Tell me.
You can get on social media and be whoever you want. You can be rich. You can be fit. You can be pretty. You can be handsome. You can be whatever. You can fake whatever with social media. And a lot of people post things just for the attention. They don't post for the actual accomplishment. Hey, I accomplished this. You can make something up. A lot of people look at all these guys, they get exposed for fake courses, fake real estate courses, fake fitness trainers, and they're showing their Ferraris, they're showing their Lambos. They didn't really accomplish anything. So I don't think social media promotes accountability at all. I think unfortunately, there's more fake on there than real. That's just my opinion.
Interesting. So I want to hang on that. So from your POV, you take 10 people, you're thinking that more than half of them don't have real stories to be told.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to argue that, eh? It's hard to, so I'll tell you, so obviously I built a business in the social media world, and that business was about preventing fake and preventing bad conversations and moderating comment and building community and so forth. Gotta be honest, since I jump back into the world that we're building now and working in, it's quite incredible to see how much fakeness there actually is with social.
Yeah.
And how easy it is to be somebody else, isn't it?
It's crazy.
And how lonely it also can be to be somebody else, probably.
You think so?
I do. Yeah. Because I think if you can continue to perpetuate what you're not, I'm thinking that can be a pretty lonely world after a while, where you get up and you're just continuously being somebody else. And if that's all you are, who do you really become in the offline world?
Yeah. I think it can be lonely eventually, but I think in the beginning.
Oh, yes.
It's the complete opposite. Everyone loves you.
Yeah, you're getting all the attention, right?
Exactly. You're creating an image and nobody knows that it's not the real you. So people can fall in love with who you are on social media and not really know that's not you. So
I think that is the power of what we are doing with live. I have been really paying attention since we have started our live conversations and watching you do your live shows on YouTube and my live stuff. And I've been watching big creators not do live. It just makes me wonder why they don't do live, because you wonder what's real behind them and what's not real behind them.
Yeah. So I saw, it's like a fitness guy. I'll actually send you his page if I can find the post.
Yes.
but he made a post basically saying how his Instagram stories and posts really look when he's recording, like without the edits. And he was stuttering, he was pausing, he couldn't gather his thoughts. Someone put a camera on us, me or you, we can probably do a video like that.
100%.
But
Yes.
this guy struggled. But if you watch his videos, you can't tell like this guy struggles communicating. So it can be a fake world out there, man. It's crazy, and I'm actually shocked that he shared it. But remind me, I'll send that over to you when I find it.
Do you think social media, Marty, can be used to enhance accountability through public commitments and transparency?
Absolutely.
Talk about that with me.
I don't see it often.
Yeah.
But I know, for instance, the 75 hard challenge. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
Yes, I am. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've done that. But a lot of people, they'll announce it and actually complete it. Now, there are people who don't complete it and announce it publicly. But there are so many people that when you announce it publicly, it's like, I got to go through with it. I got to show a transformation. Yeah.
Well, that's the power, right? That's the power of the public transformation, right? That's the power of stating something publicly and then following through on it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think that's the ambition here, especially as we get into Juniwary, is inviting people to the show. Say, hey man, you've sucked in January. You didn't hit your January goals. We know you have some goals left on the table that you've forgotten about, or you've sucked at them, or you just haven't achieved them. Yeah. And I am gonna offer no grace with that statement because you've sucked 6 months ago. Because here's the thing, laugh all you want, Marty, but I get frustrated with everybody in December jumping onto the same train as everybody else.
Yeah.
I got to publicly declare my goals for the next year, and I got to create some content around my goals. I got to create my content around my resolutions.
Yeah.
And then January 14th comes and everybody stops talking about them. I just get tired of it, man.
Yeah, I get tired of it too. And one thing, when you announce a goal around a New Year's or the fad or what's cool at the time, you're probably not going to get it done. But if you say to yourself, all right, I'm going to do 75 hard. I did 75 hard from from July to September last year. That's not like a common time.
No.
To do something like that.
No.
And I notice when I set goals at a weird time, I tend to get stuff done. And I still went to events, gatherings, and I still did 75 hard. So
that's what I think is going to be intriguing, Marty, about Juniwary. This week proceeds here, Nation. We're going to start trickling out some content and stuff into the feeds to introduce y'all to Juniwary. The ambition here in Juniwary is to help y'all recapture 2024. Keith and C Marty Fit want to help you recapture 2024. At the beginning of the year, you sat down and you wrote down your 2024 New Year's resolutions. And then you began January 1st, January 3rd, January 7th. And then sometime, Marty, around the 12th to the 15th, you more than likely probably had a hiccup with your January resolutions.
Yep.
In my experience. And then by January 20th, 25th, you probably put them on the shelf. Yep. If you're watching Marty, he's just shoving his hand aside. You probably more than likely put them aside by January 25th. By February 1st, Marty, more than likely January resolutions are done.
It's out of here.
It's out of here.
It's out of here.
So we are inviting you to join Keith and C Marty Fit June 1st for Juniwary. For the whole month, we're going to help you celebrate, recapture your January resolutions. We got some programming we're going to offer up here, the Businessman, the Athlete, and AI, a 100-day programming course. Actually, Marty was working on maybe a subsidiary of that yesterday because, dude, the value we are packing into this 100 days is actually quite exceptional. And I was looking at it last night going, holy smokes, do we actually want to offer all this for only this much money? Because somebody's really going to get a lot from Keith and C Marty, but we'll put that aside. But the point is, we want to help you all achieve your January resolution goals this June. So we're going to put together Juniwary. Going to offer you either just an accountability offering with Keith and C Marty, or maybe even a full package to help you achieve your business goals, your fitness goals, maybe even your LinkedIn goals. With June here, we have a plan, an offering, a place for you to help yourself be accountable and get caught up on the year, Marty.
Absolutely.
Nobody's talking about it right now.
They're not. And one thing, when you say January, you got to think too. It could have been January 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019. There's a trend with this January stuff, and I see it as a fitness guy. I see it in the gym all the time.
You know what I love too, you know what I love too, Marty? Is that here's something for Nation.
Mhm.
In my experience, and I'm thinking yours too,
Mhm.
I predict there's another January coming in about maybe just over 6 months.
Yeah, something like that, like around there.
I think January 25 is just around the corner.
Yeah, something like that.
And I'm suspecting there's a lot of people thinking about their January resolutions in January 2025.
Yeah.
And then they're going to not achieve them.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we have an invite, Nation. Our invite to you guys all is to join us for Juniwary. Details coming this week. Achieve your January resolution goals this June. It's going to be tough, Marty. June is summertime. July is summertime. August is summertime. The patios, the barbecues, the booze, the treats, the cake, the pizza. And they're going, oh, I don't want to join Keith and see Marty on this 100-day journey because I want to go eat my crappy food. And what are we saying to that? Yeah. Exactly it.
At the end of the day, it's up to you.
It is up to you. I guess what we're also saying, though, Marty, is that what we both believe, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, I said to you, smart goals were dead, and I'll expand upon that right now. In my experience, smart goals are dead. Smart goals are something that were created back in the 1940s when they were building factories, and it was like, okay, we got to establish this smart system to take our lunch boxes to work. I don't know if society works that way anymore. I think society wants flexibility around it. I think society knows that things are always moving. You and I talk about balance often on this show. There is no balance.
There's no balance.
Sometimes you got to give more over here and less over here. Sometimes you got to give more over here and less over here.
Yep,
and that to me is not a smart system. I prefer to look at it as a flexible system. So what I've proposed to teach people is this idea of a flexible goal. You got fluid. So you step back and you go, okay, here's my big overarching goal. It's a big grand goal. I want to go and lose 20 pounds, or I want to go and get stronger. I want to go get faster. I want to go climb a mountain. Okay, great. So there's your macro goal. Let's put together some fluid tasks on the list. Let's make them lean so that we know what we're trying to do to achieve them. Let's make them expansive and express our thoughts on how we're going to achieve them. And then let's create them flexible, so that as we move through our days and our weeks, we can put things on the more list. We got to do more of this week, Marty. We got to do less of this week, Marty. Because if we can balance our more list and our less list, in my experience, we will ultimately work towards achieving our goal. From what I have found in the past with SMART goals is that we get so rigid with, until this happens, we can't do this. And I just don't know if sometimes life works that way.
Mm-hmm.
In my experience, it's okay. My kid had this thing come up right now. Oh, in yesterday's world, that got in the way of the SMART goal. In today's world, it's okay. My kid's thing got in the way right now. That's okay, because I love my kid. I want to go spend time with my kid. So I now got to move a couple things off my more list and my less list to make sure that I go and achieve my big goal, which is losing weight or getting stronger. So it's really keeping the light shined on the most significant point of the goal, Marty, and then adjusting days and weeks as you work towards it. Do you follow me?
Absolutely.
That's how I feel about flex goals. So then when I look at, and I've used this in the past myself, 100 days, I break it into 10-day blocks. So I take 10 days and I say, okay, here's 10 days towards my 100. And I know we've talked to this before as well. If I can successfully achieve 80-90% of my 10-day goal, I know I'm going to achieve my overall macro goal.
Yep.
Right. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I know I used to live a life of trying to be perfect. Oh, I got to hit 10 out of 10, got to hit 10 out of 10. And then I realized that's not how life works. Okay, wait a minute. Perfection is not actually critical. Yep. So if I can be 90% of the time, which leads back to how you started the show. Yeah, I wouldn't have had a cake this weekend because I know that 90% of my day this week, See Marty Fit, you're going to be on point eating all the good stuff. So yeah, you had
absolutely right.
And that's how you do it. You have some flexibility. You go, okay, 90% of the time, I'm gonna be clean. I'm gonna be productive. I'm gonna make good decisions and good choices. And then every now and then, I'm gonna make a choice that maybe deviates from what my normal choices are, but that's just normal for me. That's flexibility for me.
Yep.
That's how I consider flex goals, is promoting flexibility to create rigid structure.
I like that.
Encouraging somebody to say to themselves, okay, you got 10 days, Marty, but actually you only got to put in 9 days of work. You're like, oh, because when I think about it, Marty, if I said to you, hey, here's 10 days, you got to put 9 days of work in, you're going to be jacked getting to your first day. Okay, you got your first day done. You're pretty excited to get your first day done. You're going, okay, now I got 1 day done towards my 10, but I got a free day. So I only actually got 7 days of work to go.
Yep.
Now you're on to day 2. You get 2 days down, plus you got a free day in. You're already 3 days into your week of 10. You're like, oh my God, I only got 7 days to go. Before you're just chugging around towards your first 10 days. And next thing you know, more, that 10-day block is done. And you got 90 more to go.
That kind of makes sense. If you think about a lot of people that do 30-day challenges or 2-week challenges, you try to go 2 weeks, just cold turkey, no cheat meals, nothing. And you're not even used to going hard for 1 day.
Yes.
So that's why a lot of people fail those type of challenges. So I actually like that method.
And let me explain to you, Marty, why I like 10 and why. So when I've trained for some big events in the past myself, I use the 10 days, and let me explain why. What I like about 10 days, Marty, is that 10 gives me 3 days longer than a week. So we're conditioned as human beings with a calendar to look at a week to week, right? Okay, there's the week ahead, there's the week behind you.
Yep.
What I like about 10 days, Marty, is that 10 allows me to look into next week and look back to what I've accomplished last week.
Yep.
As I sit here right now on Monday, May 27th, if I'm looking ahead to the next 10, I'm already seeing I'm seeing next Thursday right now.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, okay, cool. I got 10 days. I can get to next Thursday. I got a free day in here. I can plan when my free day falls. Maybe I got something happening with my kids this weekend, so I'm going to plan my free day on Saturday. Yep. Right. And it's a nice day to start. And I think if you get into the attitude of planning your days in 10-day blocks, it allows you a lot of flexibility.
Agreed. I like that. I never thought about that. So definitely going to use that. I learned something from Juniwary already.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. And Nation, Marty learned something from the OG this morning, the old guy.
I didn't even start it yet. So yeah. Hey, I appreciate that.
There you go. So more details coming out this week around Juniwary. And the plan is we have an offer for you, Nation. And yes, Nation, I'm sorry to tell you guys all, but Keith and C. Marty aren't free. Nope, not free. We want to help you achieve your goals, but you got to give some scratch to Uncle Keith and Uncle C. Marty there. You got to give some scratch to help us get you achieve your goals. So we're going to going to be a little bit of a price point. Not going to be a crazy price point, but we're going to make an offer right here. We're going to put it out later this week. It's going to be 100 days. Keith and C. Marty, the businessman, the athlete, and the AI. The whole premise is to help you achieve your goals. So a couple things we're thinking about is bring your goal to the table. We'll help you achieve it with our own accountability system. Or ultimately, you're saying, "Hey, I just want some help. We'll put something on the table for you guys to achieve to help you get your achieve your fitness goals, your business goals, and some accountability goals along the way." So that's coming up throughout the week. You're going to hear more of it. Content dropping in the feeds and so forth with Keith and C. Marty Fit. All right, let's keep our conversation going around accountability, C. Marty. So, what do you think about let's talk about cancel culture. Let's go back to the beginning of a chat here. Talk about with me. So we're different language. Yes, we're different demographics, which is what I love too, because we see things through different lenses, which is what's also perfect. So I want to talk about cancel culture with you in 2024. Talk to me about your POV on cancel culture. Where do you stand on it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is there a place for it? Is it just a bunch of goofiness? Does it actually exist? Or does it only exist, Marty, in the moment and then it's gone?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cancel culture, and I don't think it exists. Let's take somebody like Dave Chappelle. You hate him or you love him. And this guy has been so successful. He's come up with hit shows, hit comedy specials. You can try to cancel him. You can talk bad about him. But guess what? When he comes out and says he's performing, sold out crowd.
Yeah.
Millions of views, millions of dollars. So he's still getting Netflix specials through the cancel culture. So I don't think cancel culture exists. I think it's a form. This is going to sound harsh.
Say it.
I think it's a form of brainwashing. I think it's like you're programmed to say that. Because people who quote unquote get canceled, they never get canceled. If anything, people love them more. I don't want to bring up any more examples. I don't
No,
wanna,
so listen, let's keep going. So for the record, I don't disagree with you. I have no time for cancel culture.
you know,
I don't. I'm the old guy on the show here. I got no time for it. I think it's a bunch of BS. I really do. It's a bunch of progressive humans that are like, oh, I got offended by C Marty Fit, so I got to cancel him. Really?
it's programming.
No, go turn the fucking channel off. Go turn somebody else on. You don't like what I have to say? Go turn me off.
Scroll.
Yeah, go to somebody else. There's no rocket science here. I guess I got to watch my attitude and mood first thing in the morning here, but I got no time for it. I got no time for it.
I think your generation, they don't really respond to that. I think it's more my generation and
you're right.
Younger.
Yes. Yeah, I would say you're right. Yeah, and I'd say that there's this propensity with your generation to rush to want to cancel my generation. How many times have millennials or Gen Z tried to cancel Marshall Mathers or Eminem hanging behind me here? He's gonna go do it himself. He's gonna go kill Slim Shady. Speaking of, what a brilliant marketer. The guy is a brilliant marketer. This month he's gonna go kill Slim Shady, which is so. How do you age as a rapper?
Mm-hmm.
Just follow Marshall Mathers, man. The guy's spectacular. He's 50 some odd years old and he's reaching back into his albums and he's killing old things. But my point is that he's doing it before culture cancels him.
Yeah.
I think anyways. And because he's like, okay, I know people aren't going to like the stuff that I created 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
I see guys defending things that they said 20, 30 years ago all the time, and it's unfortunate, but
isn't it though?
When you really think about it, we all have things. Nobody's perfect. If you go back 20 or 30 years, I'm sure there's some things Keith Village said that he
for sure
he probably regret now. So I hate how people do that.
Yes, look at this. So there's Lauren, right? Michael Jackson, though. Yeah. So there's the
I didn't want to say any more names. That's Go
ahead.
Okay.
So is he somebody that we cancel, or Marty? Is it not canceling? Is it educating instead? Is that maybe the better way to look at it? Maybe it's say, okay, so we're not going to necessarily cancel Michael Jackson, but we want to educate y'all about some of the things that MJ was about.
I think it's a case by case thing. It depends who it is. Michael Jackson, that's debatable. Some people need to be canceled. I'm not saying it's him. But some people need to be canceled. I hate to bring this example up, but it's relevant. Look at Diddy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But it is a case by case thing. But I feel like 9 times out of 10, probably don't really need to cancel the person. It's probably just some people sensitive. They're in their feelings. They're offended.
This is a fascinating topic. You're right. Because in the news here lately, Diddy's been all over the news lately, right? Diddy, P. Daddy, Puff, whatever you want to call him. And actually, if anything, so again, I'm the same demo as Diddy. I grew up with that era of the name change.
Yeah.
Because you're out racing your old brand. Right? So I remember when he became Diddy because he couldn't be Puff Daddy because of the gun incident with J-Lo. He only changed his name because there was that gun incident in New York City where he was, and then the news was just Puff Daddy Gun. Okay, I don't want to be Puff Daddy with the gun anymore. I need to be a new name. So he renamed himself, right, to Diddy, right? It's happened time and time again. Prince did it with the symbol and so forth because people are trying to with control. But I find that fascinating that Diddy tries to absolve himself back in the day of cancel culture by changing his name. You can't just do that in 2024.
Nah, you can't do that.
Yeah. And Lauren Reck, she's right. It's true. Diddy does need to be probably canceled in 2024.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a case by case thing. Like I said,
but then Marty, who decides though? So I don't disagree with you, and I appreciate your comment on that. But who decides in culture who we cancel?
Gen Z. No, I'm playing.
But
that's actually, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that.
When we say case by case, is it public discourse? So yeah, public is okay. So we got no time for Harvey Weinstein. We got no time for Diddy. We got no time for. Okay, so Diddy, Weinstein, Marshall Mathers. Do we cancel all of them because Marshall said some bad things? Or do we absolve Marshall for saying bad things because he didn't do bad things like maybe that Diddy did or Harvey Weinstein did?
Yeah. Marshall Mathers can bounce back. Certainly,
Even though he said bad things, maybe we could suggest that he was misogynistic and maybe spewed hatred lyrics and so forth along the way during his time.
most of the people, when it's words, they end up bouncing back, and I guess rebuilding their brand when
Yeah.
it's words, right?
Yes. Yes.
But you talking about physical, doing things physically. Most of those people don't bounce back. R. Kelly,
Yeah. No, you're right.
he's
Yeah.
not bouncing back.
No.
Yeah, there's no comeback.
Is Kanye West bouncing back, or is Kanye West canceled?
He'll probably bounce back.
Oh, you think so, eh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting.
Still relevant
Yeah.
after all the. Think about the past 10 years, everything he's done and things he said. He's still relevant. People still gonna listen to his music. I bet if he comes out with another shoe, people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are gonna buy it. So, and then even Adidas, they still sell the shoe. They just don't have his name on it anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they call it something else now.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. This does lead back though to me with social media's role in spreading misinformation. We started the conversation around the role of accountability with social media, and then the role of accountability with social media and how it does or does not spread disinformation. Do we cancel people because of the spread of disinformation as well? Or I can see you're ready for a response, or do we know enough where no, we're canceling him. We don't care what everybody has to say. We don't like this person anymore, so we're just canceling him, regardless of what social's talking about.
Yeah, I was going to say social plays a factor in that for sure. In the election year,
yes,
and no president's perfect. And let me be careful with what I say here. No, you can make a case for both candidates.
Yeah, both not to lead.
Exactly. You can make a case for both. So I'm just going to leave it there.
Yes.
But there's one side where this guy can do anything, and people are going to support him. There's this side. This guy can do great things, and nobody's going to support him. So I think social media definitely plays a role in that. And I don't know how far I can go, Keith. Okay.
We go far, brother. We go far. We take it.
Yeah, certain networks might have a narrative.
Yes.
Against this guy. They might have a certain narrative supporting this guy. So social media definitely plays a factor in who can be canceled and who can't.
Are you surprised that social hasn't done more canceling of both? Are you surprised that social hasn't done a better job canceling both the candidates, the past president and the current president?
I'm actually shocked.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah, it's like they both bounce back from
Teflon.
Egregious behavior.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, it's crazy. That just goes to show that cancel culture is not real. It's temporary.
I'm glad you used that word, especially as we're wrapping up our conversation today, because I do believe that as well, Marty. I think that cancel culture is very much it's a discussion point in the zeitgeist of society. We might be canceling C. Marty or Keith Billis at 9:00 Eastern time today, but as the news cycle goes on, by tomorrow, it's right. It just cycles itself out. Right?
If they love you, they're still gonna support you.
It's true. Yeah, It's true. Where do you think cancel culture goes 2, 3, 4 years from now with the preponderance of AI and AI generated content and more disinformation, more misinformation, and more content spewing the airwaves? Do you think cancel culture becomes less or more in front of us?
It's going to be more in front of us.
I think so too.
I think it's still going to be temporary, but there's going to be more. Yeah, there's definitely going to be more of it.
Yeah.
AI with Keith Billis' voice on AI. Just think about the stuff that's going to happen.
And so, do we move into a world where we're catching up? Are we catching up with trying to uncancel ourselves because something AI has said about us? No, I didn't actually mean that. I didn't say that. That was AI saying that. That was AI. That was AI. That was AI. And you have the human being trying to catch up with trying to uncancel themselves.
Yeah, it's going to happen. I'm sure you've seen, but AI now, they can take your voice. They can take a video of you and have you mouthing the words.
Yes.
Like completely different words from what you said. They can even do it in a different language. they can take our whole stream here and put it in Spanish.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, there's only going to be more of it, more reason to get canceled now. So I see stuff all the time. They just did it not last night, but a couple nights ago after the Timberwolves and the Mavericks game, messing with guys' interviews, messing with Anthony Edwards' interviews. So
You're creating fake stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. It's there's a whole media business probably built around the whole idea of cancel culture. Are they canceled or not? Was this person real or was this person not? Is this a real authentic canceled person or not a real authentic canceled person?
Yeah. But I think people, if it's AI, people can tell. If you have a brain, you should be able to tell.
Today you can tell.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about tomorrow with how fast things are moving with AI and how fast that this technology is moving forward. Whether we're going to be canceling more people than ever. All right. So listen, Nation, I invite you to keep the conversation going in the feed, in the comments around accountability and social media. Is it good? How can it be used? And Marty, let me ask this question.
Yep.
How do you think we can use social media for the good for accountability? How can we frame it and how can society use it to frame positivity around accountability with social media?
You have things recorded. You said this on this date. You posted this on this date. How are you going to respond? Are you a liar? Are you going to lie to your followers? Are you going to lie to yourself, more importantly?
Yeah. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
And I think a lot of people, most people don't like to let themselves down.
Which is why I'm going to offer to you why people, I think, Marty, here's something controversial I'll maybe throw out there, why most people struggle with coming to do what you and I do. Because people are afraid to say something and then hold themselves accountable to what they've said.
Yeah.
Because when you say it, it's recorded, it's on there, it's out in the public domain. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, shoot. That's okay. I always say this, Marty. And when you pause and take in what I'm going to say next, think about this. You as a human being have the power, the ultimate power over two things. And nobody else can control over C. Marty Fit, over Christopher Martin.
Yeah.
The words that come out of your mouth and the food that goes in.
Yes.
You have the ultimate control over both of those two variables.
You know what, Keith? I'm glad you said that. A lot of people will blame a weekend like now, right? Okay, I had Memorial Day weekend, so I had a cheat meal. Okay, fine. Memorial Day weekend is over. It's Monday. It's Tuesday. We had leftovers. They just continue to blame. They continue to blame that. And then a lot of people, when they get mad, you made me mad, so I said X, Y, Z. You don't have to say that. You don't say that at work. You don't. When your boss makes you mad, you don't talk like that to your boss. So you have control over what you said. So you don't have to say that. So, like those two examples. Those are great.
They're so true, C. Marty. And you know what? And let's relate it even further to give nations something to consider. And this is a great way, I think, to end the show off, because we're all. I know your ambition, like mine, is this hour. I hope just gets people thinking in a certain way throughout the day.
Yeah.
Help somebody go in the right direction. And here's my experience. If you're not eating the right foods today, it might affect your mood, which might then affect the words that come out of your mouth. Think about that.
That's amazing.
So
that's amazing.
When you really pause and hang on that, Marty, that if you're not eating the right foods today, or if you're hungry, or if you've crushed some crappy food on the weekend and you're going to a meeting with your boss, maybe you're irritable. Like, just think about the law. I can see you laughing because I can see you really processing it, right? But the value in that, the value in that statement, isn't that true, Marty?
Yeah, I'm laughing because on my podcast we talk about this all the time. Like, we'll pull up a fight video like in a drive-through at Taco Bell. We're like, you don't see the fight at Sweet Green. You only see
exactly. It's so true, right?
Yes. I'm sorry.
No, but it's so true.
It is true, man. You got to fight at Popeyes. Yeah, of course.
But nobody's fighting it freshly over the salad.
No, they're not. It's pleasant in there. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, can I get a can I get a chicken salad, please? No violence, nothing.
Imagine the salad shop in Canada, Marty. It's just politeness everywhere.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I can't imagine.
All right, so nation, yeah, I'm glad you guys stick around with Keith and C. Marty for the day today, Monday of the May long weekend. We giving you guys some things to think about: accountability, social media. What are you putting in your mouth today? What are the words coming out of your mouth today?
Absolutely.
Those things are all going to help you move yourself forward. As we're working towards June 1st, Marty, is that Saturday?
It is Saturday.
Yeah. So June 1st, this Saturday, the start of Juniwary resolutions. Yep. Stay tuned to Keith Billis's feed, Christopher Martin, C. Marty Fitz feed, and LinkedIn and Instagram. We're going to start teasing some content around Juniwary. Going to invite you all to join us for the Juniwary challenge and the Juniwary journey to help you, nation, get back what you lost in January. Because I know for a fact, many of you listening right now had some January resolution plans and you've basically forgotten about them. So what we want to do, is give you the grace. Not going to make fun of you, maybe just a little bit.
Just this much.
Just this much.
We got a couple jokes.
We got a couple jokes for you. We're going to give you all the grace to revisit January and get those goals in place so you can hit your Juniwary goals.
Yep.
All right, Marty, we're done. We got a guest tomorrow, my friend, joining us in the lab tomorrow. Oh, what just popped here on my feed here? Did our podcast? So I know that our podcast, the news podcast is coming out today. There's some technical difficulties, but that's going to come out later today. But listen, let's see. So tomorrow today in the lab, we got Sonia Kuoto joining me live in the lab at noon here today. Tomorrow we got Craig O joining us. We got a co-host tomorrow, my friend. We got a co-host in the lab tomorrow, and we got a topic tomorrow too. I know I gave them to you yesterday. Let's just quickly look what our topics are for the week coming up because I wanted to get, there we go. So tomorrow, our topic, nation, is the ethical dilemma of AI in hiring, bias or necessity. So tomorrow, we're going to welcome Craig Ocean, and we're going to have a topic around AI and hiring and so forth, and the role of AI in modern hiring process and its impact and diversity. Can AI be unbiased and so forth? So we're going to talk more about AI tomorrow on the show and how it's impacting hiring, with our goal being we're bringing a topic to the table, get you guys to talk about it. We're going to talk about it and invite the conversation. All right? Marty, have a great one, pal.
You too.
Thanks for joining me, buddy. We'll talk to you a little later.
Yeah, we're meeting later, right?
We sure are. Yeah, we're going to go hang out and talk about our Juniwary goals later today, okay?
Sounds good. All right.
Awesome, brother. Enjoy your Monday, Memorial Day.
I'm off today. I'm chilling.
Nice. Good stuff, pal. We'll see you later, okay?
All right, I'll talk to you.
Ciao, brother. Ciao, nation. See you guys later.